It's the ultimate worry for parents of children with disabilities. Who will be there for them when we're gone? So when a group of Adelaide parents set up a home for their kids with mild disabilities to live in, they thought their future was safe and secure. For almost 10 years, everything was going well. Then a Victorian charity took over.
When the NDIS came in, it was just a miracle. We just assumed it would be fine, yeah.
But has it been fine?
No, it's been quite shocking, actually.
What do you say?
You don't have all of the facts or the background.
Can you give me some facts?
This is not appropriate.
For all its faults, this is a place where NDIS money is doing its job. But sadly, an ugly blue over how the residents here live their lives is blowing apart this good news story.
I don't understand why people are trying to tear it down.
I thought the model was working fine.
The model's working perfectly. Thank you very much.
Hello there. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What's your name?
Cara.
Cara. Nice to see you, Cara. I'm Steve. Good to see you. G'day. Abbeyfield Marion Disability House is not just a house, it's a home.
It means a lot to me. I think it's a place that Mum and Dad find that supports me.
8 happy residents with intellectual disabilities living independently. You good, buddy?
Always.
Yeah, always. Are you? Is that for real, guys? Is he always good?
Yeah, he's always terrific.
No way. Do you want to show me around?
I will, yes.
Sarah's lived here for a year.
So we do lots of stuff in the lounge room, like movies and dance parties and that.
Dance parties?
Yes.
Wow. The Adelaide suburban home was built with federal government money and has a lease with Marion City Council. And do you do some cooking as well?
I do, yes,
Yeah.
Monday and Thursday.
Oh, you've got a roster?
Yeah.
Okay. Eddie was one of the home's first residents. His mum Jan and other parents and volunteers worked tirelessly to run the place, which included a live-in housekeeper at great expense until the NDIS arrived. Individual NDIS carers replaced the costly live-in housekeeper.
They could then start to buy their own food, choose their own food, make their own menus, and it was just wonderful. And it was wonderful for us too, because we also could live a life. Yeah.
In 2020, not-for-profit umbrella organisation Abbeyfield Australia proposed a merger.
And what they said was, you don't have to worry about those financial issues and we can do things cheaper and it will be easier for everybody. And we thought that was quite good and we agreed to that. We signed documents where they said nothing would change from the existing arrangements that were currently in place in all of the houses.
But Jan says things did change from their very first meeting with Abbeyfield Australia CEO Dimitri Kyriakoulikos.
He wanted to revert to the old Abbeyfield model, which is the housekeeper model, but we were terrified because that housekeeper model is unworkable for our gang. Yeah.
And more expensive.
Oh, ridiculous, like uselessly expensive to Abbeyfield and no benefit to our people.
And there goes their savings or the pensions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't understand.
You're trying to raise the rate for no reason. Hoping to get some understanding of the issue, we approached the Melbourne-based Abbeyfield Australia CEO. Why have you gone back to the old model when it was more expensive in the first place?
Can we please turn this off, please?
With a caretaker?
It is not appropriate.
That strikes me as this place having a history of problems and that people are unsafe living here.
Well, you can see they're not, are they? Back in the day, the good days.
Jan says they were taken aback by Mr Kyriakoulikos' approach to bring the home into line with Abbeyfield Australia's existing house models.
And then he started to say things like, the support staff, NDI support staff that were here for our gang were trespassers in his house and...
Trespassers?
It was just like... And I just thought, he obviously doesn't understand about the NDIS, and anyway, why is he saying this?
Did you refer to their carers as trespassers?
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I beg your pardon.
That's what I said. Did you say if their carers went on the property, they'd be called trespassers? Is that right?
Chicken stir fry.
A food change was also on the menu. Before the merger, Sarah and her roomies were given a kitty to buy their own groceries.
That's a cupboard that we come into and we choose anything like in our pantry.
I can see you've got your name on the shelf. Now, Abbeyfield Australia controls the grocery purse strings. Jan says when families didn't agree, the regular transfer of grocery money from Abbeyfield Australia became inconsistent.
So I think it's been 3 times now they've threatened to turn the food money off. So it's part of the ongoing attack that we've been getting.
We have not threatened to do anything of the like.
Hey, would you like to revisit that answer?
We have not threatened to turn off any of the food money at all.
Really?
That is incorrect statement.
Families agreed to pay a slightly higher house fee for their relatives to live there. But they were shocked when Abbeyfield HQ planned to bring them into line with all its houses and hike up the fee by more than 30%, or $200 more per person per fortnight.
It was just unbelievable. You know, they go to coffee shops and occasionally will go to the theatre or something. You know, they live a very modest life, and that's what is left for them to be able to do that.
I like being on camera. It's fun.
You do?
It was awesome. I like being famous. Yeah.
You know, being famous. You know what? Not everyone that appears on A Current Affair likes being famous.
Exactly. That is for sure.
If you want to contact me to make any sort of statement interview, please contact the office and we'll see.
Well, you have given me some statements, you know.
It's highly inappropriate.
Why would you raise the rates? I understand
really
the model was I thought the model was working fine. We followed up his offer of a statement. In it, Abbeyfield Australia declined to respond to the residents' claims and said it will not comment on any specific disputes, especially while those matters are before a court or tribunal. The response is baffling because families say there are no matters currently before a court or tribunal. Stuart's mum, Anne, is among the guardians refusing to pay the increased rate.
We've all spent, up to 50 years getting our kids to a great place in life, as independent as they can be, and that was sort of being stripped away from them. I mean, we've just banded together and we just won't give in now because we know it is not right, what's been happening.
Abbeyfield Australia was recently granted NDIS registration. It told parents how residents with low needs services might be integrated under its registration.
I mean, we can only guess really what's driving things.
Is this some sort of cash grab?
Unfortunately, I think so.
Is this an NDIS cash grab?
We have got no NDIS revenue from this house at all.
What do you think, Edie?
Whether it's a case of parents reluctant to hand over full control, or Abbeyfield Australia attempting to exert control over the residents' independence, affected families approached Marion Council CEO for help.
And his only response was not just to not care, but was to go, we're going to sell the house.
Oh, it's a beautiful garden. Yeah.
Sarah's sister Nat launched this stinging attack.
It's not rocket science. And, for me, if the organisation formally responsible for this house, had any business sense about them, they would look to replicate this successful model across all of their properties.
I thought the model was working fine.
The model's working perfectly. Thank you very much.
Families fear their relatives might be evicted if they don't toe the line.
So we'll find another home for our people, but they won't be together.
It almost indicates to me they are trying to get rid of them and take over.
South Australian Independent MP Frank Pangallo is calling for the merger to be reversed.
They should be removed and another organisation comes in and looks after them. They're trying to take away their independence, Stephen, and it's disgraceful.
So this is like a butterfly garden, so you get butterflies out here.
Oh, lovely. Both sides are now locked in an ugly standoff, but these residents at Abbeyfield House are oblivious to the trouble brewing around them, for now.
We've been blocking it, you see, but once we go on television, we're going to, after this, have to have a sad conversation with our people, which is your home's under threat.
So how would you describe life right now?
Wonderful, like incredible that I'm out and being independent. I've been wanting to do this over 18 years of my life. Yeah.
So long may it continue, yeah?
Yes.
What a difficult situation. The parents are appealing to the City of Marion Council to tear up its peppercorn rent agreement with Abbeyfield. They're also lobbying the South Australian Government to amend legislation so others living in similar situations don't face the same issues.